Back in the year 120 AD, the British countryside wasn't quite as peaceful as it is today. Wulverblade.
Wulverblade.
Yeah, is a side-scrolling beat-em-up that puts you, a Northern Tribe warrior, against the might of the Roman army. Taking place across 8 levels, each ending up with a boss fight, you'll be hacking, slashing, chopping off limbs, pulling off combos, and let's be honest, doing a whole lot of this. The aim is to fight your way down to Fort Braminium, protect your homeland and kill the invaders. You get to choose between 3 unique characters. You've got Caradoc, the leader of the group and a pretty good all-rounder. Brennus is the powerhouse with lower speed but a much stronger set of wrestling style moves. And then there's Guinevere, and my respect goes to whoever voice acted Guinevere. She really put her heart and soul into it. Made me laugh.
Romans! There are Romans here too! Good. More for me to kill.
All 3 of these characters do feel unique. Playing as Guinevere, things are noticeably faster, and she handles much better in the air with her own set of aerial moves. It means that each time you play as a different character, your playstyle is a little bit different, really adding to that replayability. Plus, the dialogue between different characters changes depending upon who you're playing as. And you even get to see the other characters running around and fighting in the backgrounds, which is a nice extra touch. By doing damage, or by performing executions, or by eating mushrooms, you increase your rage. And when this reaches max, you can unleash this flurry of attacks for a short period of time when you're immortal, but not only that, your health actually starts to go back up. So it's a good idea to save rage mode for when your health is low. Just don't let it get too low. There's nothing worse than fighting away, filling your bar and then dying only seconds away from unleashing it. There's one other trick that you can use, and that's your wolves. Once per level you can bring on your pet wolves, which basically kill a handful of smaller units or deal some damage to any of the bosses. The combat here is just wow, it's so much fun. It's satisfying to slash away at the enemies, maybe pick up some furniture to lob at them, or why not go nuts and pick up a huge axe or even a tree trunk to deal some heavy damage. You can grab the enemy for some grappling moves and then throw them behind you, smashing them into their own friends. It just feels great to play, and really does a good job of making you feel like this bloodthirsty, angry tribesman. But that's not to say that it's easy. You do die extremely quickly, especially when surrounded. You can block, but often the best tactic is to position yourself either higher or lower than the enemy and keep shifting in and out of their range to avoid getting hurt. It definitely takes some tactics, and you'll have to do more than just button mash if you want to get through it. Now, in real life, the Romans weren't all bad. Here though, they are made out to be these wild-eyed monsters coming to conquer with no respect for traditions or the local inhabitants. So in the campaign, it definitely sides with the northern tribes as the good guys, just to tell a good story. But within the game, there is a ton of interesting historical facts and videos and pages of information to read about the real-life Roman invasion, from their weapons to their tactics, to key locations that you can visit today. You can really tell that they put in their research here, and it shows with things like the Roman uniforms being accurate. However, let's talk about the ending, which goes a little off the rails. Basically, it turns into a kind of horror movie as the body count gets insane. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but it is a lot of fun. Maybe it gets a bit repetitive, but still, it's a nice change of pace from the rest of the game. Of course, in true 90s arcade beat-em-up fashion, the game is at its best when playing with a friend. Unfortunately, there's no online play, but sitting down to play it cooperatively is a hell of a lot of fun. The number of enemies basically doubles, which makes things even more chaotic, even more over the top, and makes the massacres even more bloody. See, this guy doesn't even have a head and he wants to join in. You do have to watch out though, because you can hurt each other. But this just means that you have to communicate and have a bit of a strategy to keep out of each other's way. You take the left, I'll take the right, that kind of thing. Even though I'm a fan of the old arcade games, I'm still surprised by how much I enjoy this one. With that chilling music playing amongst the sound of shouting and steel, I'd happily pop this game in to play for a few levels, or even have a go at the endless hordes in the arenas anytime. Its gameplay is pretty much perfect, and with a great historical setting, it makes Wulverblade
Wulverblade
a joy to play. So until next time, thanks for watching.